Okay, hello everyone. We are back from Midwest F1 League F2 Series. As you can see, we are in Azerbaijan, which for a lot of you regulars slash people that have been around for a while who are involved in the league, the driving variety, and have listened to the casting before, you know that Baku is my favorite my favorite circuit. So I'm very happy for us to be in Azerbaijan this week. It's a fun track for me, one that I really enjoy doing, and I'm very much looking forward to casting for everyone this lovely evening. So, hoping everyone's having a good Wednesday night, and whatever you're doing before this moment, I'm hoping that I can make the rest of the day just, or even better. Alright, if not just as good, if you're having a good day, then I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to make it any worse. But if you're having a bad day, I'm hoping that I can bring you a little bit of happiness or glee, anything really. I don't think I'm gonna absolutely be turning people's heads um, with my casting and with my entertainment. But you know what? I'm hoping to not make anyone's day worse. Simply put. So. If you're new to the stream, be sure to shoot us a follow and be sure to say hello and chat to me, myself, that being Crash McQueen, the lead caster, I guess, for the Midwest F1 League. Been around for a little while now, so I know how things go in these parts. So any questions you got about the league or any comments for the league, be sure to ask me in chat and I'll be sure to answer them. So we are just waiting for the lobby to get finished up here, and then we will get underway. But tomorrow night, Jacko and I come back to Division 1, where we can see this star-studded driver lineup and see what they have to offer in Baku as well. So be sure to tune back in tomorrow, same time, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, and I will be hanging out with my Aussie friend. And then we'll get underway. No, not yet. Almost there. Okay. But yes, tomorrow evening, Division 1 action. We're back after taking our short little break in Division 3 with Division 1. And then that week after, when the league... Where are we? When the league is in... Oh, there we go. Mola. No, we're in Monza. We're in Monza, then Portimao, then United States, then Amola, then Saudi. Okay, so next week in Monza, Jacko and I will be in Division 2 for that. So we'll see what Monza can bring the Division 2 folks, if they get an exciting race, or I mean, we're going to get an exciting race, let's be honest here. So looking forward to that one as well. We're finishing up the season with some absolute bangers of tracks here. Like I said a little earlier there, we got Baku, then we run to Monza, Portimao, United States, then Mola, someone just left, Mola, and then Saudi Arabia in Jeddah. So lots of tracks to look forward to at the end of this season. But the one we're on today here is Azerbaijan, Baku, which most people just call it easier than Azerbaijan, and especially because Azerbaijan is the city in Baku. No, Azerbaijan is the country. Sorry, I know that. Baku is just the city. But yeah, fastest qualifying of 138.147, set by Matt Rosie, and fastest lap by Valentine. That's probably the only one that he's found his name up at the top end. So well done, Valentine and Matt Rosie. We'll see if they'll be able to hold it tomorrow or improve on it tomorrow. A lot of records have been getting smashed this season, so maybe looking to do so tomorrow as well. Let's see if there's any update. Unfortunately, we gotta try a new host here. Oh, shoot. Shoot. One of them's days, it's looking like. Yeah, if anyone has anything going this evening, be sure to share it in chat. Just waiting for all this to get settled, and then we'll be on our jolly way to Baku. So yeah, hopefully everyone else is having a good Wednesday. We're actually in the United States for the actual F1, so if anything has any sort of comments about that, be sure to let me know. I'd love to find some sort of conversation with that. Once again, having a little bit of lobby troubles. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a new lobby here. So, hang tight. We will be back underway in a... I mean, I guess we were never really underway, so... But we'll get back into it. We'll get to it. There we go, as I actually properly say my thought. We'll get to it in a second. You know what, I am looking forward to the US Grand Prix. I'd like to see what, obviously I'd like to see how the race is going to go, but I mean, is Max going to take over? Like, he has gotten unlucky this season. I mean, say what you want, but it's, I mean, I find him to have gotten unlucky this season. What's his past results in what's his past results in the US? Okay, so there was no. Valtteri won the last US Grand Prix, Lewis finishing second, Max third. Okay, then the year before, in 18, was I'm looking for that one. It was Kimi, then Max, then Lewis. Okay, and then the one before was Lewis, then Vettel, then Kimi, then Max. Okay. Then the one before Max DNF, so Max is obviously not technically never won, but he's never won in the United States of America. So close. Do 15 minutes behind schedule. Oh my god. It's happening. Okay, we're finally about to get into it. Lobby is about to ready up. 15 minutes behind. And here we go. We're finally about to get into qualifying. Long wait is finally over. As yes, there we go. The lobby is up. And we are underway here in the Midwest F1 League. Qualifying starts in 25 seconds. I believe it's 14 and 13 laps. What's happening in the baseball game right now, actually? 5 buzz for the Braves. Alright, qualifying, here we go. Who do we want? Who do we want? Who do we want? No, let's go. Let's go Jacko. Let's give it to Jacko now. He shows some appreciation. Wide on turn 1. Loses time so he doesn't get validation. All the way to the back of the pack right out of the gate. Everyone I'm assuming on the Super Softs. All 13 drivers here. Breaks deep into turn 3. come into the chicane of 5 and 6. Finds himself back up into, almost was the top 6, or was for a second. Slows down a lot sooner and goes for a better run out and into the tough area on track. Are we going to lose anyone? Potentially A. Daltonian? No, he seems to be fine. Everyone made it through the castle section. Now you can nearly pin this all the way through the fast left-hander into the hard break. A 15 right close to the wall. Jacko's up in 4th place. Cake and Hotspotter flipping around. Impossible Bacon's in there as well. Super Ninas in the top 5. Nikki in 6th right now, just ahead of V-Shoots Queen. Jacko's trying to make up some ground and looking like it's going to be impossible unless Hotspot got some sort of... No, I think it's going to be impossible with Paul Cake with Jacko on the 2nd row, Hotspot alongside Bacon on the 1st, and Super Ninas in 5th alongside V-Shoots Queen. So Will Ans and Jinnit to win it with the disqualifications in 12th and 13th. As I said before, Impossible Bacon alongside Hotspot, Cake with Jacko, Super with V-Shoots Gween, AE with Nikki, the Gearsvac, and a Darkness King. Knuckles is with Will Ans and Jinnit to win it. Is on his own row. I believe that's the 7th row as well. He's a solo man. Alright, waiting for everyone to get their strategies all in place. Yo, do I say it different every time? R&D star? R&D STR? I feel like you've told me the proper way to pronounce that before, but I cannot remember. But hey, thank you for tuning in, appreciate it. How's your day going there? Yeah, we're about to get F2 underway. Qualifying is just in the books if you just missed it. 13 drivers makes up the grid this evening, a fairly low number from what we're used to in F2, but we'll make do with what we got. We got a lot of skill. That's something that we do have for sure. There's a lot of skill. Random, serious? Alright, anyhow. F2. We are live here in Baku. What can Possible do in first? Not very much, as Hotspot's already got the lead. Cake trying to send it around the outside into turn 1. Jacko can't defend. A little bit of contact in the back of the pack. Looks like Will Ans is coming out of the pits. Cake in second, Jacko third, Super Ninas fifth. Did I say Jacko third? Jacko fourth. Super Ninas fifth. Early position gains as Jinnit to win all the way back in 10th. We'll see if he's going to send it on the Garrus back here. But everyone seems to be straight lining it through with the Congo. V-Shoots kind of misjudges that a little bit, and that's going to pack. Ooh, that's going to get everyone very tight and behind. A little bit of contact from Jinnit on Vac. I feel like Jin's going to be the man on the move early on here. Vac taking a little bit of an aggressive swoop there, but picks back up the racing line. Hotspot already nearly a second ahead of Impossible Bacon, with Jacko nearly a second behind Cake Thomas as well. Oh, hey, oh, random, that's so nice. Thank you. Oh, and Impossible already losing a position, a couple positions actually. He's back down in 6th now. And he's got to be careful because that pack behind him is inching ever so closer now, with Nikki within a second to Impossible Bacon now. And it looks like Impossible was on the medium, so quite a few drivers taking different strategies here, with Jacko taking the mediums as well as A. Daltonian and Impossible and Will Ant in the back of the pack. Jin's on the super softs, and he's going to hopefully get past these drivers in the mediums fairly quick. Nikki is sending it around the outside on Impossible and picking up the position, and Impossible's definitely got a little bit of damage, and Jin loses a little bit of his wing with Impossible slowing up the pack. Garrus Vac had to avoid the collision, and by doing so found himself with some contact on Jin in behind as Jin came through the turn with a far more pace and couldn't get out of the way and swoop through the turn. But he's going to try and swoop down the inside line on A. Daltonian. Wheel to wheel they go, and Jin looks like he's got the position done. AE takes a peek back at the inside line and taps him a little bit, but AE is able to extend out in 9th place. Sorry, Jin is the one who is able to launch out of turn 2 in 8th. Knuckles now trying to put pressure on A. Daltonian. Now we saw Jin with a little bit of damage there, and yeah, it's that left end plate is the one that would be missing. Super Ninas on Jacko here. Ninas has got some solid pace, and Jacko on the mediums is just holding up Ninas, and Ninas gets frustrated from the way it seems when he's stuck behind a driver that he is quicker than. Darkness King looks like he goes into the runoff area in turn 2, and he is going to need a second to turn himself around. And yeah, backs himself up onto track and actually retires from the session. Ouch, that is not what you want to see. Oh, my controller gets chucked, but it's okay. Waiting for this VSC to end. No drive-through penalties here, folks. Come on, make it clean. And there we go. Ninas gets a really good run on Jacko. Drive-through penalty to Nikki. Ninas is going to get right past Jacko here as we drag down the longest straight in Formula 1. And there you go. Ninas is just ahead and is blocking off Jacko. Jacko wants but can't outbrake him. And Jacko actually gets taken around the outside by V-Shoot's Queen as well, with V-Shoots taking Super Ninas through turn 1. Now Jacko's lost 2 quick positions, and Super Ninas finds himself in the same spot that he was before he overtook Jacko. But Jacko does have DRS, as does Ninas, and Ninas looks at the inside line. V-Shoots tries to outbrake. Very tight line for Ninas to take, but does well to not make contact. And now Jin overtakes Nikki as he's starting to move back up the field again. Into 6th is Jin now, continuing his surge through the order. Next up is Jacko, but of course Jin does have that little bit of end plate damage, so we'll see how much that will slow himself down. Oh, and Ninas completely misses the braking point. Yeah, it looks like, I thought it was, but yeah, there is rain coming down now. And did Ninas take any wing? Yeah, he's got no left wing there. And it looks like V shoots is okay. How hard is this rain gonna come down? So Ninas actually overtakes V shoots. But V shoots gets DRS. Ninas is gonna try and no, I don't think he's not even gonna attempt to defend. Especially with no left wing. Jin's right on the tail of Jacko now. Jacko just barely gets DRS and gets a good run out of turn 2, and no, he doesn't actually get DRS. Jin is just behind him in the slipstream. He's gonna look for the inside line. Gonna force Jacko to not defend, and Jin overcooks it by a long margin and is now in 5th place with both end plates of his wing there very much damaged. Ninas is lacking quite a bit of a wing here and is sitting in 4th, and I don't have an explanation for the approach that these guys are taking of still he slips a little bit. This rain is ever so slightly coming down, but nothing crazy, so no need to pit quite yet. The midfield battle is fierce with Garris Vac, AE, Will Ans, and Knuckles duking it out. We are on lap 4 of a 15-lap feature race, followed by an 11-lap sprint. And overcooking it into turn 15. This time looked like it was AE Daltonian, and now Will Ans jumps up into 8th place. AE struggling for pace now. Will Ans just outside of DRS, but it looks like he's gotten himself back within it. And with a really good chance of actually overtaking the Garris Vac here. Gets a crazy good run. Jin gets super as he's up into 4th place. Will Ans gets through Garris Vac. AE's too far. And in through turn 1. Vac sits down in 8th now. Knuckles just outside of 2nd. And ooh, AE looked down the inside line of the Garris Vac. Oh, very close to losing it, but a good save. Unfortunately, not able to save the position. Now V shoots Queen is under fire here. Is he losing some wing as well? Yeah, he's got left end plate damage. Nicky's into the pit. What is Nicky going to throw on? Impossible's already pitted this race as well. Are you going to get an eye on his... Oh no, he just throws on fresh thread of Super Softs. Oh my. V shoots just absolutely ripping those gears. Super Ninas comes so close to the inside barrier of turn 9. Rain looks to be coming down a little bit harder now. So we'll see if it's to the point where drivers need to pit, and V shoots hits the wall, and followed by Super Ninas. Jin's now in the podium after starting dead last. Or sorry, did he start second last? No, dead last. Will Ans, after starting 12th, is up into 9th and possible, losing out 10 spots. Jacko and AE Daltonian are battling it out. I'm not sure what happened to Jacko. Where did he fall down so quickly? And here we go. Random's, sorry, AE's gonna get DRS. This might end soon, actually. It looks like some water's starting to set on track here, and quite a few drivers are into the pits. I think this is a risk by a couple to not pit. Hotspot stays out. Feels like the track is in good enough condition. And yeah, we see wets from all the drivers in the pit. So Hotspot is way off of his fastest sector times. So a little bit of those super softs wearing out and a little bit of it being wet. And it's only going to get wetter, and Hotspot needs to be careful and not to send it into a wall as he's drifting through every turn. It's tough to pit out of the lead when you have it. Ask Lando in a similar orange papaya'd Campos. I'm sorry, is that an MP? No, that's a Campos. Now how far off? He's got to be careful into this turn. Does good to slow it down. DRS is disabled there, so that's kind of your tail, or your tell on how bad it is. He's nearly 12 seconds off of his initial fastest lap. So Cake's 30 seconds back. He's got A. Daltoni ahead of him, who's really struggling on the mediums here. Cake needs to try and clear AE fairly easily, or AE's just going to slow up Cake because Hotspot is into the pit now. AE overcooks it a little bit, and Cake gets through. I'm not sure how much time he lost there. AE couldn't keep it on track. He's in fourth now, still needing to pit, and a full-on safety car comes out, and that is huge. But where's it? What reason? Why did the safety car come out? What? Excuse me? Oh, so Cake has to come in for a fresh wing here. AE gets a fresh wing. Jacko comes out in second. Oh no. Ninas is gonna... Okay, so a drag of a driver going past the pit, but it looked like Super was waiting for Jacko to go by. That was really weird. But everyone is going to be able to go around the track to catch up to the safety car. Ouch. And there's Jin picking up a drive-through penalty. That one hurts. That one hurts a lot. A lot, a lot. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's tuning in right now. Appreciate it. If you're new to the stream, I'm Crash McQueen, and that's Jin to win it DNF'd into a wall. That absolutely came out of nowhere. Well then, we are down to 11 drivers now for this race. Jin's in a very peculiar spot, and the marshals did a great job of getting that car cleared up. Oh, and what in the world is going on here? You don't say. You know, Jin, you've never subscribed to the channel. And you've been a regular for a long time. I mean, is there much else to say? Yeah. So, F2 is never a dull moment, I guess. So right now it's Hotspot is the only man to be behind the safety car. Everyone else still needs to catch up. And then we can get on to lap 9 and then finish off the 6 final laps. Or 7 final laps. 6? 7 final laps to bring this one home. Oh, it's 5-2 now. Brave still leading. Just a couple drivers left to catch up to the order, and we will get back at it. Rip host, he won't be able to get back in. Did I just miss something? He's hosting cake, isn't it? Oh. There we go. Looks like safety car is finally going to come in. Hotspot's letting it break up the road. How late will he send it? And how well will these drivers in behind be able to get it through Cake Thomas's bot? And what AI difficulties the bot set on? Nobody knows. And Will promptly punches the bot through the turn. But they continue on. Looks like this is going to be a 3-horse race between Ninas, Jacko, and Hotspot. Jacko trying to get past Hotspot here. Down the inside line, we're on board with Ninas. Hotspot's just ahead. Jacko tries to stick his nose in it, but Hotspot does a good job in defense and holds on to first place. Ninas is happy to see all this battling early on. He's still in third. Jacko right on the tail of Hotspot. And we'll see, Hotspot was able to break away real quickly when there was no rain, but now with the rain, Jacko is right on the tail of Hotspot as we swing through turn 7. We're going to come in to the tight castle section. Vac getting the move on the bot of Thomas. Jacko getting so close to the wall there. And now Impossible Bacon is dragging the bot of Cake Thomas into the castle section. Both drivers get through. And Cake Thomas's bot's quickly back into 9th. And Jacko unfortunately spins there. A little bit of contact from Hotspot was enough to send him into a tailspin, and he's dropping down all the way to 6th place, just behind his teammate, V-Shoots Queen. Will Ann's into the slipstream of A. Daltonian here, looking to do it the old-fashioned way, and tries to outbrake him into turn 1. Does just get alongside A. Daltonian, gives the room. Up on the curb goes AE. V-Shoots is looking just behind and sees Will Ann's go through into 3rd place. A Daltonian just right behind him in 4th still. Impossible Bacon trying to work on the Garris back. There's Jacko in 6th place now after that spin. Is going to try and hold as much points as he possibly can. But this this race is potentially looking like Super Ninas's. All he's got to do is just stay close to hotspot. And he should get the win with a potential penalty coming hotspot's way with that contact. We'll have to see on second look what the stewards decide, but early on it doesn't look good, but still have to finish the race. Ninas is just under 2 seconds back of hotspot here, so hotspot's finding a little pace, trying to break away from Ninas. But Ninas does a decent job, but hotspot finds more pace and continually opens up that lead. V shoots Queen in 5th, just behind A Daltonian in 4th, trying to move up the order. V shoots 2 pit stops and a position gained in this race so far. Everyone's on wets, whether it being 4 or 5 laps old. And AE just slightly overcooks it. We're not sure if he got any damage, but V shoots Queen gets a far better run out of turn 15 and down into 16. He's got the line and he goes up into 4th place. A Daltonian drops back into 5th. Yellow flag in sector 2. That may have been Knuckles. He's going to try and get past the bot of Cake. Tries to send it down. AE and V shoots battling it out as well, but Will Ans gets a position on Super Ninas. Will now looking to try and close the gap on hotspot. Impossible gets the spot on Jacko, as Jacko now drops back into 7th. Goes for a switchback on Impossible, even with the damage to his wing, and has the pace down the inside line, and he's not going to make it easy on Impossible. Impossible is going to try and outbreak him. Jacko comes back at him, both drivers leaving enough space. Jacko racing clean and is able to get the spot back, and Impossible has to give way with it being such a tight place on track. Will's actually caught hotspot now, and he's looking like he might get a clean overtake here. Lines up the inside line. Looks like Knuckle DNFs. We have a drag for first place, and Will Ans is going to come out on top. He jumps up into the lead here. I'll have to get on board with Impossible here, see if Impossible can get the overtake on Jacko. Jacko knows that Impossible is right behind him in the Drivers' Championship, and he is not going to make this move easy on him, but Jacko unfortunately goes deep. I wasn't able to catch if that was Impossible that forced him deep, or if Jacko just simply is having too hard of a time with the damaged wing. Will Ans has taken the outright lead in this race. He seems to have the straight line, or sorry, the wet setup. V shoots Queen is just behind Super Ninas, and we've only got a lap and nearly 2 laps to go, just under 2 laps to go as we finish up Sector 1 to decide our final podium order here. Jacko's gonna doesn't want to give up on 7th. Vac in behind can see the 2 drivers ahead, and he is pushing in every turn, and maybe doing a little bit too much as he actually lost 3/10, 5/10 actually, of half a second from just braking a little bit too deep and not finding the proper racing lines through the wet here. And he continues to lose a little bit of time by doing so. He needs to settle it down and just drive. Can't be trying to make back a half a second with every turn. And oh no, there goes Hotspot. What happened? I don't know exactly what took place, but Hotspot has DNF'd here. And there's his car. I'm assuming he hit the wall. And that's another driver gone. Only 4 remain. Now V Shoots is right on the tail of Super, and he's going to try and outbrake him around the outside line. And Super did give him space. V Shoots had to go right up onto the curb and nearly kiss the wall, but he's able to get through the turn well enough. Half a second back of Super, but it's very close, and Super has to allow V Shoots some space on track, and Super has to cut the turn a little bit. V Shoot sends it around the outside, but now Super has a better run, and Super's actually going to back out here. Maybe feeling the track was too tight, and V Shoots had the inside line, and Super didn't want to close him off through the turn. Gives him the space. Will Ans is 5 seconds up the road as he's got this feature race seemingly in the bag. Only a couple more turns really to get through. Super still back in 3rd, and he, yeah, outbreaks himself and then some. Gets the back of V Shoot's Queen. Did he take any damage when doing that? It doesn't look like it, so we need a really good run here from Super, but it's actually looking like V Shoots Queen is the one with the good run. Oh no, actually messes up on the final turn, and that might bring Super back into it. He's in the slipstream, but I don't think, maybe if this was a potential move into turn 1, he might have him, but unfortunately the finish line is just a little bit too close, and yeah, Super can't get him. V Shoots comes over the line in 2nd, Will Answer the win. Impossible is going to finish in 5th, Super 3rd, AE 4th, Elma Jacko 6th. Salvaging what was his race. The Garrus Vac is going to come over in 7th. Nikki. Well, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but it's looking like we're going to see Nikki 8th and Cake 9th. Cake bought 9th. Yep, that's the feature race here in the F2. Ninth sprint race is to come. Will Ans with the win, V Shoot second, Super third, AE fourth, Impossible fifth, Jekko sixth, the Gearsvac seventh, Nikki eighth, Cake ninth, Hotspot 10th with that crash. DNFs go to Knuckles, Jin, and Darkness King. So when this race order flips over, we're going to see Nikki and the Gearsvac 1-2 with Jacko having a good shot for a win, just behind in third with Impossible Bacon being fourth, AE alongside Super in fifth, sixth, and V Shoots Queen and Will Ann in the back of the pack in seventh and eighth. And of course, then we see Cake Thomas, Hotspot, K Knuckles, Jin, and then Darkness King if he stayed around. Still 5-2 in the top of the seventh. Oh, didn't completely drop my controller that time. But yeah, sprint race is about to get underway. I believe it said it was 11 laps. Looking like it's sunny right now. We'll see if that stays throughout the race. And alright, here we go. We are right into the sprint race here. Like I said, Nikki up on the front row with Gearsvac second. Jacko's got a really good chance at a win here. Just needs to keep it clean through turn one. Already battling the Gearsvac. Nikki tries to break away. Just sitting up, and Jacko goes through in a second, and looks like AE gets punted a little bit. Hotspot jumps up into fifth. Now, Hotspot looked like he had the dry race set up here. We'll see if he's going to be able to get that form back. We enter into turn three. Cakebot still making things difficult up in 10th. Jin in 7th as he gains up some positions here early on. Doesn't look like he has any damage here. Nikki just ahead of Jacko here, and Jacko's hoping that he can try and clear him as soon as possible and then breeze through to the win. All drivers are going to be on mediums, yes, because they want to go this whole race without having to pit, which will be the fastest way through. Cake is overtaken by Will as Will's up into 10th. Actually lost a couple positions from race start. Jin is going to try and work on AE. He's going to hopefully get thrown before the pack can get too far ahead. Jacko is right behind Nikki for a moment there, but he breaks away through turn 15. And yeah, Nikki's just holding the wall, but Jacko has got the run out of the turn, and he's alongside and past Nikki, with Nikki back in the slipstream. Looks back at a switch into turn one, has the inside line. but Jacko breaks deep and gets the job done. Nicky tries to gain a little bit of space, but just can't do it. And Super is right behind Hotspot here. Let's see if Hotspot can clear. Oh, and what? Jin's already into the pit? Must have gotten some damage. I did not catch that. Yeah, but if you've just stumbled upon the Midwest F1 League, be sure to shoot us a follow. Very much appreciate it. We've been around for over a year now, and have a follower goal of 250. So, if you're feeling charitable today, and if you want to help us out, by sure give us a follow. Very much appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the action that we have on display here in the Midwest F1 League F2 in Baku. Sprint race underway. Jacko leads the way ahead of Nicky, looking like he's going to try and open that up for a win. Hotspot now looking very dangerous on the Garris back here. He's into the slipstream, tries to pull out, and he's currently hitting a buck 90. And these two are dead match for pace. Actually, Vac is able to pull away in the end. Looks like he caught the slipstream of Nicky. Vac gives the space to Hotspot there. V-Shoot's Queen actually takes fastest lap. He's looking to make a run for this one. In 7th right now, trying to work on A. Daltonian. Nicky is now under pressure from the Garris back, Super Nines, and a Hotspot. Yeah, Vac is right on the back of Nicky here. These drivers are hoping that they can clear Nicky soon and potentially have a shot at the win here. They gotta be clean when they clear him. It'd be huge for Hotspot if he's able to get through both of these drivers without any sort of damage. Really. A. Daltonian and V-Shoot's Queen have caught up now. Nicky's holding up the pack, but he is not going to get up second place very easily. And Super goes right up and over the curb, but he's able to save him before he gets too much oversteer. This is where it all matters here. Slalom through 18 into 19. A really good run from Vac. Same with Hotspot here. Nicky's going to be under a lot of stress. Both drivers into the slipstream. Nines is a little bit too far back. Won't get DRS. Hotspot's already breaking out, and he's getting some major pace, and he's got to be able to compensate for the break. And he goes down the inside line looking for second place. Vac holds him off. And now we got Nicky who's going to try and fight this one back. He's down the inside line of Hotspot as well. Hotspot goes deep. Does well. Still close to Vac. But I think that move that Nicky just made on Hotspot made it so Hotspot couldn't close the gap to Vac into turn 3. Vac holds clean of second place. Super Nines closes the gap as well. V-Shoot's Queen clears A. Daltonian somewhere in that straight. Jin takes fastest lap. Darkness Kingbot and Cakebot are going at it. Hotspot's right behind the Garris back. Jacko is still within reach, but Hotspot somehow got to clear back, and as well as not. Nicky's actually fallen back, so that's very big for Hotspot. Ninas can still have a chance here as well. He's got to clear Nikki. Or hope that Nikki gets a really good run here. It's not looking good. Hotspot is all over back. And DRS is open for Hotspot here. Up around 197. Has the position ahead of Vac. Where's he going to be able to go? Nikki back into 5th. Switches Ninas back in through turn 1. Coming into turn 2, Nikki down the inside line. V-Shoots Gween in the back. I'm not sure if there was much contact there, but now V-Shoots has got a really good run on Nikki. And Nikki's position was under a little bit of distress there, but everything seems to be okay. Actually, no, V-Shoots sends it down. Nikki gets caught in between a rock and a hard place and is able to get back on track. I thought he was going down. Looks like he was going down into the runoff, and a little bit of oversteer is going to bring a Daltonian pass back him, and Nikki's back into 7th place. I believe where he started, or he finished last race. Will Ann still in 8th. Jin looks like he spins out. Hotspot, Vac, and Ninas are going to try and close the gap to Jacko here. And a safety car comes out. Way to go, Jin. Nikki and Will are going to pit. Imagine Jin's going to pit. lap. I wonder if they'll be able to catch. Just get a 5-second penalty here. The bot of Cake Thomas is actually into the pit. Is he throwing on mediums? He is throwing on mediums. Bold strategy by the bot. So Nicky's on fresh softs, Will's on fresh softs, Knuckles is on fresh softs, and Possible as well on fresh softs. Same with Jin. The safety car brought Hotspot back within range of Jacko. Vac and Ninas as well. And the Virtuzis. Actually, I heard it pronounced differently. Virtausi or something like that, maybe. The safety car might come in this lap. With the safety car not coming in this lap, and it isn't. Okay, so that will leave us the final lap, lap 11 with DRS. We'll be back with lap 9, lap 10 with no DRS, lap 11 will have DRS for the final 3 laps. Sorry, the final 3 laps goes as lap 9 and 10 with no DRS, and lap 11 with DRS. So, yes. Jacko warming up his tires in first. All these drivers are very tightly packed. When will Jacko send it? Hotspot sits very patient. And there you go, he does send it. Ninas was close to Vac, but Vac was able to get away from him. Jacko did really warm up his tire. Ninas gets the inside line on his teammate. V-Shoots Gween is just ahead of A. Deltonian wheel to wheel through turn 2. Impossible trying to move up on Nicky, but Nicky looks like he's got the position. AE and V-Shoots dragging it down towards turn 3 with the 2 super soft drivers behind as well. And Impossible's able to outbrake Nicky and gets that position. Nicky looked like he pulled out as well for safety. And now Nicky's got Will Ants and Jin behind him and are not easy company. Jacko still holding that half a second lead. AE looks like he gets it, V shoots and forces him deep through the turn and then makes contact, and oh, Impossible tried to sneak it up the inside and the gap looked like it was there, and I don't think V shoots knew that he was there and unfortunately closed him off. And that'll pretty much be the end of those two drivers' races this evening. Hotspot still within a fighting chance of Jacko. But we'll have to see. Will Ann's half a second back of Nicky on the super softs. Down the inside line goes Jin on Will. A couple of country mates battling it out there, but Jin gets the better of Will this occasion, but Jin does have a 5-second penalty. And now Super Ninas is trying to get past his teammate here. And Vac does have a better straight line setup here, so we'll see how long this lasts. And yeah, they're dragging it out down into turn 1, and it looks like Vac was able to get just ahead of him, and a little bit of contact sends both of them spinning. Vac into the pit, really. AE jumps up into third. He comes out just ahead of Nicky, and Nicky's chance for a podium is back, actually. On the super softs. Hotspot was still within a half a second. Ninas coming at AE down the inside line. They're battling it right out. Nicky in 5th. Watching this take place, AE comes back at Ninas. But it looks like Nicky was able to get it done. Or sorry, the Super Ninas was able to get the move done in the end. And AE finds himself in a tough spot and goes right up over the curb, and that is not good. That allows AE to break. And AE gets punched through the turn by Nicky. Jin to win it, wanting to get into the party now. Hotspot still within a half a second, can't seem to close it. We're about to get onto the final lap here. And that turn definitely made up quite a bit of ground. He's right behind him now. Nearly gets in the back of Jacko. AE slowly falling off the pace of Super. This is not good news for Nicky or Jin, and Jin's trying to time a really good run out of the final slalom there. Nicky gets a little bit of wall and wiggles his way back. And now Jin gets an absolute missile launch out of the final turn, as we're going to have 3 abreast coming down into turn 1. This is asking for trouble here. Jin down the inside line, and AE, I thought he was gone. And there you go. No, it's actually Will and Jin and Nicky that are gone. AE is able to drive off, and we are on lap 11, and the podium battle has all been erased with Super Ninas able to drive away off into the distance with minimal pressure behind. AE's 2.5 seconds back. And what is going on in the back of the pack there? Jin picking up a couple of penalties. Hotspot staying really close to Jacko. We might have some sort of drag to the final finishing line. Jin DNFs once again. The big battle here is for first place. Jacko, of course, getting sewered out of the win in the feature. And by this man, actually, Hotspot. So we'll see if Hotspot's going to screw him out of another podium position, or potentially... You know, I don't want to say screw him. Actually, sorry. Hotspot, if you come back, okay. It was tough racing, and a little bit of contact. Found Hotspot spinning out Jacko. Now Hotspot is in a good position to try and take the win in the final straight. He's gonna get DRS, and they're dragging it out, and Jacko runs Hotspot into the wall, and alright. And Super Ninas comes over with the win. Okay. That's enough F2 action for me for the evening. We'll wait for the final drivers to come over the line. And I'll bring it to a close. Darkness Kingbot, followed by Nickybot, as Nicky just beats him, and oh god. That doesn't get old. Come on, V-Shoots, freaking kill whoever is that. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, never mind. Nicky punted him halfway down the street. Too bad. Alright. Yeah, I could care less. Whatever. Super Ninas, AE, Elm Jacko, 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, Vac, Impossible, Will, Nicky, Darkest King, V-Shoots, Queen, Hotspot, Cake, and Jin is your final finishing order for the feature, or for the sprint, and for the feature we saw Will Ans, V-Shoots, Super, AE, Impossible, Jacko, Vac, Nicky, Cake, Hotspot, I think had a finish, and then Knuckles, Jin, and Darkness King doth not. So, thanks for tuning in, even if you didn't, is what it is. I'll get over it. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Hopefully you can tune in tomorrow night. You can catch myself and Jacko back with Division 1 at the same track. Same time tomorrow. Have a good evening. Don't smoke meth. Good night.